Arizona sports. Breaking news.
Alrighty, guys. So, according to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, Phoenix Suns star Devin Booker has suffered a grade 1 right hamstring strain and could miss 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow.
What just happened here? He said could, though, right? It wasn't like a guarantee he's missing that long. He just said could miss up.
Okay. Well, you know what? Right now, clarity has come to the Phoenix Suns, hasn't it? Clarity. Not only to Monty Williams, of course, but more importantly, clarity has come to the locker room for the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker is not going to be around in this series, and maybe not even the next one. Clarity has come. There's not going to be anybody hoping that, Devin Booker is going to, he's going to be able to play. Maybe on Sunday we'll see him. No. This is something they're going to have to deal with, and I like the fact, listen, if it's going to happen to Devin Booker, I would say in this series, I'd rather it happen now than 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, no, I mean, we touched on that yesterday. It's better that this happens game 2 in the first round than, game 6 of the Western Conference Finals when you basically have 48 minutes to adjust to it with your season on the line. Yeah, I mean, that's disappointing. I did not expect to hear 2 to 3 weeks potentially.
Once again, that to me is a pull. You can call it a strain. You can do whatever you want. Grade 1, of course. Grade 2 and grade 3. Grade 3 is the worst. So, yeah, okay. Here you go.
It still doesn't change my outlook for this series. Like, I'm not looking at this series of like, okay, well, can they survive the next 2 games and hopefully Booker comes back and bails them out in game 5. That's not how this news, if this is really what it ends up being, doesn't change my outlook on this series at all. But
this is great, though.
So Kellen actually just kind of laid out the timeline for us. He said a game 7 would be 11 days after the injury.
Yeah. That's almost 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's going to miss this series. That's what we know, right?
Well, I don't. He didn't rule him out for the whole series.
Well, yeah, but to me, once again, you're going to say a week to 2 weeks. No, you're going to say 2 to 3 weeks. So I think hoping he might come back after 11 days, I think might be a little pie in the sky.
Look,
that's just me.
To be clear, for me at least, like I said, I'm not hoping, if this goes to a game 7, even if Devin Booker can play, I don't want to be in a game 7.
Yeah.
This is a series you shouldn't get to a game 7 in. So I don't think the Suns were sitting around, again, saying like, okay, well, if we can just split for the next couple weeks, then we'll get to a game 7 against New Orleans and Devin will come bail us out. This team can win games without Devin Booker. They got to win 3 of the next 5 without Devin Booker, it sounds like. And ideally, you'd go take care of business tomorrow and really shift the entire just momentum of the series, because right now the momentum is on New Orleans' side. They won the last game, and Devin Booker's missing games.
This is game 3 just became that much bigger.
Right now, I agree with that. That's one thing that did just change.
On the collective psyche, not only with the Phoenix Suns, but with the Pelicans in particular, this game just got so much bigger, in my opinion, because of the collective soul, if you will, of the Phoenix Suns going in there saying, okay, we're going to beat these guys. Game 3, we've got to do it. And, by the way, I know we're going to go out there and play without Devin Booker, but we need to play with the same kind of passion and intensity that we have so many different times in the regular season. And now, all of a sudden, all of their attention, all of their focus, everything is going to be brought to bear on the Pelicans and beating them on Friday night and sending, not a Sicilian message, sending a flat shovel to the face message to the Pelicans and their hopes of upsetting you in this series. It just became that much bigger.
Everything you've been doing since, July 21st, let's say, of 2021, to get back to, have a strong regular season and, to set the franchise record for wins, and all these ways this team has improved. Now you get back to the playoffs. We had JaVale McGee on last Friday, and he said, yeah, this is all great, but the real season starts Sunday, which it did, and they went out there and looked good in that game. But all of it, in a lot of ways, comes down to what happens tomorrow night. You're not eliminated if you lose tomorrow night. It's not a must-win. But again, are you going to look like the Phoenix Suns that you've been basically for 2 full seasons now? Because if you are, Brandon Ingram doesn't put up 37 on you again. He'll probably have a big game. He's a really good player. He'll probably put up 25, 26, 27 points. But you can't allow them. It's like Chris Paul said after the game. You can't hope they miss their shots. You know what I mean? Like that mentality of, New Orleans is going to shoot like that again. Well, yeah, but do you really want to risk it? Do you want to give Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, who are 2 very good players, a chance to see if they're still hot? How about you just don't allow them to do it, and you don't allow anybody else on that team to do anything?
Yeah.
That's what this team is very capable of doing. It's what they should do. But yeah, news like that means you have to do it, because if we come out of Friday and you're down 2-1 and Booker's not coming back this series, that's going to really shift the mood in this city.
Man, this is so cool. Confidence is the currency of competition. This is one of my favorite sayings of all time. Confidence is the currency of competition. And it really is. And this is exactly what's at stake in Game 3. Not for the Phoenix Suns, once again. I don't believe that. Even though I believe the absence of Devin Booker and, of course, traveling to New Orleans to play this team that just beat you on their court will focus the Suns big time. Confidence is the currency of competition, and confidence is exactly what the Pelicans need against a team that was the best in the football or the basketball universe. The best in the universe. Stop and think about that. They know it. If they can beat the Suns, now that, they're not going to have Devin Booker, not going to have Book. If they can beat the Suns, it's going to give them real confidence they can win this series, period.
But they're not there yet, because if we take a step back and we say, okay, what has changed?
Game 3 will be the fulcrum point.
But it shouldn't be there yet. New Orleans won 1 game in a best-of-7 series, and people are acting like, well, everything has changed. Obviously, the Booker injury on top of that. Now, yes, I agree with you. If New Orleans wins tomorrow, too, this gets dicey, because that is the Suns not responding, which is one of their best qualities, if New Orleans wins tomorrow.
You will have guys like Valanciunas. You will have guys like CJ McCollum. You have guys like Brandon Ingram. Good players. Good guys coming. Trent Murphy. You're going to have guys that are coming up that have skill, have talent, have ability, and now all of a sudden the confidence of believing we can beat these guys. For real. If they go out and win Game 3, it is so on. It is so on in this series.
New Orleans is a tough team to evaluate big picture for the season, because they didn't have C.J. McCollum all season. So, you're kind of like, okay, wait, how good is this team now? But I still, if you look at this series and you say, okay, it's the Suns minus Devin Booker against a red-hot New Orleans team all of a sudden, that's a lot more alarming if you're a Suns fan than just put the Suns roster as it is, without Devin Booker right now, up against the New Orleans roster. I'll still take the team that has Chris Paul and Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Ayton and Cam Johnson. And yeah, some of these guys got to step their games up, but that's why they're on the team. I'll just keep going back to that original point of, if you can't beat New Orleans for a few games without Devin Booker, were you really going to win the title anyway? And this team is more equipped to win the title than anybody in the NBA. So yeah, if they lose Game 3, I'm going to start to get a little nervous, but I'm not there yet. I don't love that Devin Booker news, though. I had kind of settled into the, he's going to miss Games 3 and Games 4. Okay, that's fine. I was not settling into he could miss 2 to 3 weeks.